Hey, Hilltop artist, Miss Hans here. It's so great to see you today. This week, I have some awesome artwork to show you and then a super fun project for us to do. And this week, we're talking all about feelings. Feelings are so important for us to feel, to understand ourselves better, and to understand the world around us. And artists have lots of feelings too. I know lately I've been feeling a little bit like this picture. I feel like I don't know what day it is anymore. I don't know what time it is because we don't have bells like it's school, especially when it's cloudy out like today. Just don't know where I'm at. But I want to tell you about another artist who used a lot of emotions in his artwork. His name was Pablo Picasso. He was born in 1881 and died in 1972, and he was from Spain. He was a really great artist because he would always be coming up with new ideas and different things to show in his artwork. What's really interesting about him is that by the time he was 15 years old, he could already paint pretty darn well, as you can see in this first picture here. And as he got older, he wanted his art to be more and more exciting. And so it got more and more abstract and weird and silly. He said he wanted to start making art like he was a kid again. But it was hard to do because by the time you get older, sometimes you kind of lose your imagination. So he kept trying to paint more and more like a child. You can see at 25 years old, he was starting to get a little abstract. And by the time he was 89, he was getting real weird with it, which is what I like to do too. But he also showed his emotions in his artwork. In this painting from when he was only about 19 or 20 years old, he shows a really sad looking person playing guitar. This was during his blue period when a lot of difficult things were happening in his life, and he used mostly the color blue to show that emotion in his paintings. When you look at this painting, how does it make you feel? Let's try another one. This was from his Cubist period, where he made paintings that almost looked like they were broken apart into different shapes or cubes. This is a pretty intense painting of a woman. It looks like she might be crying. Here's another painting from Picasso. How does this painting make you feel? Different from the others? Now, you gotta know it's okay to feel your feelings. For Picasso, his feelings really helped him make his art. You don't always have to push down your feelings or try to feel better if you're not feeling good. It's okay to feel sad. But when you're ready to change how you're feeling, there's different things you can do, right? We talk about those at school. I know for me, when it's time to feel better, I like to do things like spend a little time by myself to help me feel better, or maybe spend time with my family, go outside in nature, talk to a friend, play music. You guys know I like to play guitar and sing. But my favorite way to help me feel better is to get totally weird. And that's what we're going to do next. Now, before we talk about getting super weird, I want to talk about something that we've seen a lot lately as we're dealing with the current events of this virus that's going around. A lot of people are wearing these masks. You've probably seen it. And they keep us safe, which is awesome. But when they cover up your face, they really hide a lot of those feelings and emotions that we've been talking about because your face is where you show your feelings. So there have been artists lately who, instead of making face masks that are kind of boring, they've been getting weird with it and showing emotions even when their face is covered. For example, this artist, well, her name is kind of hard to pronounce. I'm going to try though. Urari Johansdotter. She makes these crazy masks that she knits herself, and they have a lot of feelings in them. We see this one right here. Pretty crazy. I think that's a really silly one. A big smile with braces, and then a goofy one. I'll move myself so you can see right down there. Pretty funny, right? Pretty weird too, I think. Then we've also got artists who've been making all kinds of masks to have fun with the situation that we're in. We see Mario, big crazy drooling face. That looks like that person's ready to have a giant piece of cake. And some cool faces here. Artists have even been making animal face masks, which is really fun. This one up here is not an animal, it's actually a pickle. Pretty funny. There's even been some Star Wars masks that people have made. Those look kind of creepy, Darth Vader and Stormtrooper masks. Kind of cool. So today, we're going to use some cartoon mouths of our own to make our own funny picture. We're not going to make masks, but we are going to make some silly selfie pictures. So for example, I took some of those mouths that you saw there and I turned them into pictures. Silly, right? What about this one? Oh my gosh. Or this one. Oh, what mood is that? Maybe disappointed. Or bored. I bet a lot of you have been bored lately. And then this, line it up there. I'm silly with my nose. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a ton of fun with this project. Just making simple face cards that you can try out on your own face. Get really silly with it. Maybe try some of those animal faces we saw. There's all my examples there. If you want to get really silly, you could even try it with your cat or your pet or your baby brother or sister or mom and dad. I'd love to see everybody with some silly smiles. All you need is a piece of paper and something to draw with. So I can't wait to see what you make. I hope you get super duper creative with this one. And yeah, I'm just super excited to see what you make. So hopefully I will see you next week for our next art lesson. Have an absolutely fantastic week, and I'll talk to you soon, weirdos.